Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Conversation. This is your host Shiv, and it's a Sunday morning, 5th of November 2017. All right, so thank you so much and welcome back. Yesterday I was actually trying a live session which didn't go well, so I'm really sorry about that. So the idea is to, speak to you while I'm live and at the same time to share some information that I found interesting and that can help us, with more information, but it didn't work out well yesterday. So I do apologize for that, and but we'll make sure that the next time it works fine, and then we can talk for a longer time. Just trying to figure out the things. So thank you for your patience and welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and so that you don't miss out on these informations, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, ICOs, on these informations at all. Let's have a look at the coin market cap, but again, we will have this is something that I wanted to show you yesterday, which was Coinbase adds 1 lakh new users in just about 24 hours. And one of the reason is that just imagine now 1 lakh users in 24 hours. It's such a big task for any company. All of a sudden, 1 lakh users, new users, by the way, these are new users, okay? These are not the existing. These are new, brand new customers who wants to trade into Bitcoin or who wants to invest into Bitcoin or who want to use Bitcoin. And that's why they want to register so that they can start buying Bitcoin from Coinbase. 1 lakh new users in 24 hours. It's huge. It will be very difficult for any company to handle that kind of surge. Imagine that. So, I mean, we do complain about recent surge, price surge when it was with Zepe and Coin and others. I mean, they were shut down. They were actually their website was down for a couple of hours, I guess. So, but just imagine 1 lakh new users in 24 hours. And one of the reason was of this surge was that the announcement by the CME, as you can see on their website cmegroup.com, that they announced that Bitcoin futures are coming to CME. Now, just to let you know, the CME is also known as Chicago Mercantile Exchange and Chicago Board of Trade. Is an American financial market company operating in world's largest options and future exchange. So this announcement by the CME group was kind of an assurance for the people who are still waiting and who are still skeptical of Bitcoin, whether it's going to be considered as legal or whether it's going to be considered as a real money. I think this was a kind of assurance, this kind of validation for those people, and uh, and I think many people were waiting for a validation like this, and that is how the registration went to 1 lakh users in last 24 hours, which is crazy. So another thing is that let's talk about, I also want to share something about Bit India, which was published on your story. The Bit India, which is an Indian startup, which is coming up into Bitcoin exchange and wallet. So uh, it seems they are doing pretty well and they have great vision for India. So I want to just share that with you. I think this is very interesting. And of course, let's have a look at the coin cryptocurrency market first. So Bitcoin has again grown to 7,465. It was about 7,200 2 days back. So it's consistently growing now. I think we'll be touching seven and a half thousand US dollar. This is crazy. Uh, 3.61% growth in the last 24 hours. And the market cap, we were talking about the market cap. Yesterday we were talking about 194 billion. Today it's already touched about 200 billion market cap. This is very big, guys. This is also good news because the more the market cap, the bigger the market cap, the better the volatility. I mean, a lot of you also yesterday when we went live, uh, there was a comment that says it's volatile. Of course, it's volatile, and it's volatile because it's a small market right now. It's just about 200 billion market cap. It was about 100 billion market cap about a few months back. So when the market is small, and if anything happens, let's say if anything happens in China or any other country, it impacts the entire market, because it's a very small, tiny piece of the global economy right now, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, right? So it's only 200 billion right now. So the larger it grows, let's say about 1000 billion or 2000 billion, the better the volatility. So there'll be no volatility. I mean, there'll be more stabilized prices. Things will be a little bit more defined than what they are. But if the market is small, the volatility is going to be there. So that's what I understand from the market point of view. Let's have a look at Bitcoin being traded about 7465, Ethereum at $300, finally crossing, touching $300, and it's a good news for sure. You have Bitcoin Cash at 620. You have Litecoin at 55, Dash at 275. Neo has gone up a little bit to 26, and things look good overall. I'm just looking for if anything has big growth, like GX shares, which has got 23% of growth, and then you have Eternity, which is 38% of growth. And these cryptocurrencies are very unpredictable, so it's like a lottery. I mean, they sometimes go 100% up, and they sometimes come like 50% down, 100% down. So it's always risky to invest into a cryptocurrency which has a smaller market cap compared to the ones which have the larger market cap. A little bit more secure, not entirely secure, but you are a little bit more secured with the largest market cap. That's what I think. So this was about Coinbase. Let's talk about, I just want to dive into this news a little bit more. So so according to the data collected by the portfolio manager at the Atlanta Digital Currency Fund, the exchange's growth has been notable throughout the year. So 2017 has been one of the biggest year for cryptocurrencies, and Coinbase website points to 11.9 million users. Big, guys, big. This is big. Data further suggests its number of users have more than doubled since the beginning of this year. So this is something to think about. So the exchanges in India have about 1 million users, like SepPay and Coin, I guess. And this is about 11.9 million users overall. So very interesting news here. And yeah, so let's talk about this news that and like I said, one of the biggest reason for this growth into Bitcoin price was the announcement of the CME group for Bitcoin futures. And we also saw yesterday the Argentina has also announced that they will also be trading into futures. So that's another news. If you can look here, Argentina futures, Bitcoin futures. They had announcement. Look at this here. So yeah, so Argentina is also a country which has announced to trade Bitcoin as futures, one of the biggest exchange, one of the biggest financial institute there. So we'll look into that. And then here, one of the school in New York now accepts Bitcoin as a payment method. So New York preschool accepts Bitcoin, but not credit cards. So this is very interesting. So these are the couple of factors which are really important if you really have to take the Bitcoin, because the idea of Bitcoin is to be a peer-to-peer cash system, right? Peer-to-peer payment system. And the more the merchants we have, the more people like schools, colleges, hospitals, and flight tickets and groceries. These are the places once they start accepting Bitcoin, then the higher chance of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is going mainstream. And we already see a lot of these cards like 10x card. You have these debit cards which you can load with cryptocurrencies like Omisgo, like Ethereum and Bitcoin, and you can use those cards. Of course, none of these cards are still available in India, But you have these debit cards which can fund, which can load with the cryptocurrencies, and you can spend across the globe whenever, where with any merchant, because basically it's just like a swiping a card. So these kind of adoption, the more the merchants, the higher, the faster would be the adoption of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So very, very important, because a lot of people still think that the cryptocurrencies are just for the investment purpose, which is actually not. Yes, I mean, it can be good for the investment. It is good for the investment. However, the idea of cryptocurrencies are to be traded as day-to-day payment system, day-to-day cash system. That is what will take the cryptocurrencies to the masses. So yeah, so here he says that Bitcoin, we had probably a handful of parents who mentioned, hey, do you accept Bitcoin? I've got this Bitcoin, can we pay tuition in Bitcoin? So things like that. So the preschool in New York is now accepting Bitcoin. Here are some uh, terms and conditions. Here there is about 1% transaction fee, which is less than, 2 to 3 4 sometimes with credit cards. A lot of them get declined, and then you have more fees, and then you have to recharge them, and that's been kind of soft headache for school. So schools will rather go with Bitcoin payment and cryptocurrencies payment. So interesting news here as well. At the same time, lot many things are happening, guys. So this is the beauty of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, that you get to see things happening all across the globe. All, the whole world is become a small place where everybody is dealing with just one cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So which is basically a borderless, because otherwise, if there was no cryptocurrency, every country have its own uh, currency, which is a paper currency, and then becomes difficult for you to transact, to convert into the local currency. And that's the idea. So if you look at this news here from Iran, so Iranian government plans new infrastructure for Bitcoin users. And of course, so there have been some clashes, tensions between Iran and US. That's what they talk about here. But Iran is now building an infrastructure, a specific infrastructure only for Bitcoin users. So here is the news from the Amir Hussein, Iran's deputy minister. He says the Ministry of Communications and Information Technology has already conducted a number of research studies as part of efforts to prepare the infrastructure to use Bitcoin inside the country. So Iran is also one of the countries which will soon start putting some regulations or accepting Bitcoin as a legal payment. That's what it comes out from this article. So lot many things happening into Bitcoin, and it's definitely a great news. Yeah, so this was I was talking about, that the Argentine future exchanges eyes on Bitcoin offering again. So you had CME from US, you had Goldman Sachs making the announcement that they may also considering the Bitcoin futures trading, and then you have an exchange from Argentina trading Bitcoin as Bitcoin futures. So these are a couple of news which can really take the prices to the next level of Bitcoin. I mean, we already see the consistent growth in the price, which has gone to 7,478. Of course, there is a fear and doubt related to SegWit 2x, which is planned on 15th. I guess there is a lot of no surety as to how the SegWit 2x will turn out. Uh, will the price crash or the things like that? But then still, the people are pretty positive which are involved in the cryptocurrencies, and we do see a consistent growth in Bitcoin pricing. So something that I would like to hear your opinion on SegWit 2x. Uh, what do you think about SegWit 2x, and do you think the price will come down, or will it reach the next height? And so that's something that I would love to hear from you. Great. Now, the final thing, this is what I wanted to share with you, the Bit India, one of the startup from India, from Delhi, which is building a blockchain. Oh, my battery is low. Which is building a blockchain and building a Bitcoin exchange and a wallet for India, they have so they have been compared with Paytm for cryptocurrencies. It says 20%, but India will take 20% of India's to blockchain. It's Paytm for cryptocurrencies. As you saw, Paytm is one of the biggest brand in India when it comes to making payments. So they want to become probably the next Paytm, something like that. So cryptocurrencies are basically the next payment method. So once they really work out, then we wouldn't need a fiat currency wallet. So something that you can go through in case you're from India and you would like to hear this for sure. So that's it for now. I've got for you guys. I've got the battery low. I put it in charger. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to this channel, and I will see you in my next video. Hope you like the content.